I hope you can see us. We're trying something new today as we try to figure out Twitch. Welcome to my kitchen. I am Dana. Behind the camera is my part-time cameraman, full-time dishwasher, and part-time dog wrangler, Robbie. And the dogs are quietly chewing on some bones, probably not the whole time because they've already been fighting over them. But here we are. So today we're going to kind of go south and we're going to do some shrimp and grits. And I'm going to do one of Robbie's favorites, which is banana pudding. We're going to start with the banana pudding because it takes a little bit longer. It has to go in the oven for 25 minutes after it's on the stove. So we're going to start with that today. Banana pudding, yeah. So do people like banana pudding? It's not one of my favorites, but I like it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna make it from scratch, and we are gonna start by making a little bit of a custard, not a little bit of a custard, but like a custard. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do when you do banana pudding is you're gonna have about 1/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour, and then we're gonna put a little bit of salt in there, and then I have to go get my milk. That's not my milk, that's my half and half. Here's my milk. Okay. And we're gonna open up because we're gonna be adding this into it. I'm gonna be adding in 2.5 cups of milk. I'm gonna be adding in some fat-free sweetened condensed milk. And then we're also gonna be adding 2 eggs. So I'm gonna get the eggs ready to go as well. Take that out of there. And separating the eggs. And you really want to be careful if you are doing this to really get all of the whites out, because they just get slimy in the custard. So we really want to make sure we only have the egg yolks going. So, how are you guys doing today while I'm separating eggs? Are things going good for you this weekend? You ready for Monday? I know Robbie's not.
No.
So, do you guys like shrimp and grits? I know for me it's like a real, here's what I like about shrimp and grits. I like that it can be a brunch recipe, it can be a dinner recipe, and I really like the fact that it just feels warm and like when you're not feeling good, it's really good comfort food. Let me wash my hands real quick. Get the eggs off. All right. Let's see there. Home just in time. Never ready for Monday. That's my motto. Well, it used to be until I didn't have a Monday through Friday job anymore. All right, so I'm going to turn this on to about medium heat, and I'm going to start by getting the milk in here, and I'm going to add it slowly. So to kind of prevent the lumps, I want to just put a little bit in there to start with and kind of make it almost into a paste. And this is my favorite whisk. I like them better than the other kinds of whisks because things don't get all stuck in the middle of the whisk. Ooh, Aladdin's girl, tomorrow is your birthday? Happy birthday. Well, I mean, you're turning, I guess all of us technically are turning older tomorrow, but I'm assuming that means that it's your birthday, tomorrow. All right. You didn't have grits in Nebraska. They're made from corn. That is I mean, it is a southern thing, but yeah, corn. I mean, I'm sure the corn and most of the grits are coming from Nebraska. Well, I will have to make you some grits sometimes, JB. So, 44. Well, happy birthday. All right. So as you can see, slowly adding that in, making a mess all over the stove as I do it. But that's my part to clean. Robbie does the dishes, but I clean the rest of the kitchen. But, Crafty Gamer loves shrimp, but not so much grits. You know, these are going to be cheesy grits. When I was growing up, I had a friend, and they always had grits for breakfast, but they were kind of grainy, and then they just put like butter and salt on them. And I love butter and I love salt, but I did not like the grits. But as I got older, when you're cooking it, instead of with water, you cook it with milk and you put some cheese in it, then it gets creamy, and that's when it's really good, in my opinion. All right, so now as that's going, if you can see in there, doing it that way, you don't get any lumps in your liquid. Now I'm gonna add this can. It's a small can. What's that? About 14 ounces. 14 ounces of fat-free sweetened condensed milk. We're gonna get that in there. Do you guys like banana pudding as much as Robbie? So let's see. I would rather have banana pudding. Well, I'll bring you some over tomorrow. Or you can come over and get some. Let's see. I love Crafty Gamer loves banana pudding. Oh, forgot a light. Am I dark? Is it dark in here? Does that help? Okay. So now that I've got the milk and the sweetened creamer, we want to add the eggs. But what we don't want to happen is we don't want the eggs to cook and like scramble in there. So you're going to want to temper that. And if you're not a big cook and you don't know what that means is I'm going to take some of this, I'm going to let it heat up a little bit more. I'm going to take some of this warm concoction over here, and I'm going to put it into this bowl, and that will warm up the eggs slowly so that when I put them in here, they don't get all scrambly. And you do that when you're making custards, especially custards. There are a few other recipes where you might want to temper the eggs, but if you're ever putting egg yolks into something that's hot, always take that hot and put it into the egg yolks first, so that because who would want scrambled eggs? And pudding doesn't sound too appetizing. I'm really making a mess over here, Robbie. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to pour this. See how nice that looks now? And I'm going to pour that into my milk concoction. Now we need to get this really hot, and it's kind of liquidy right now. So you can see, like, it's really liquidy. We're gonna thicken that up so it has more of that pudding kind of texture. So we'll just chat, because that's gonna take probably about 8 minutes or so. So Mama Llama Laney says it's been so long since she's had it. Hey, Mama Llama Laney, are you from Chicago? Because I think I know who you might be. What are some of your favorite Southern recipes? If you're from the South, or even if you're not, what are some of those things that you think of when it comes to Southern food? For me, when I think of Southern food, I just think comfort food. Like, everything is really comforting. Most of the time it's pretty rich as well. Anything?
Fried chicken?
Fried chicken? Fried chicken, definitely. Definitely feels Southern. Chess pie. You know, Aladdin's Girl, I almost made that tonight. That was on my short list of things to make, was chess pie. So, barbecue, yeah. Get out there and do that. Hopefully the weather, it has been rainy and yucky outside here for the last 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that we can get out there and grill some stuff one of these nights. And a gumbo, yeah, Crafty Gamer. see. I'm pulling this closer to me so I can see. Love gumbo. Gumbo is so good when it's done right. It is pinto beans and cornbread with no sugar. Cornbread with no sugar. Okay. Kelsey does not know what chess pie is. So it's kind of I don't know how to describe it. Would somebody else like to describe what chess pie is? I don't know that I've technically made chess pie, but I've made like shoe fly pie and buttermilk pie and stuff like that, which kind of has a Kelsey, what it may taste most like to you is kind of like a gooey butter cake kind of thing. Let's see, fried anything. I mean, the Texas State Fair, they have literally had fried lattes, fried butter,
fried beer,
fried Oreo cookies, you name it, I'm pretty sure they have fried it. Catfish and collard greens. I love carguar. I'm hoping I'm saying your names right up there. But yeah, catfish. I love catfish, man. I used to not really love it, but as I've gotten older, I really do like catfish. So, Crafty Gamer says, let's see here. Your husband loves catfish, but you can't eat it. It's too mushy for you. Gooey butter cake, Kelsey says. I mean, that's a St. Louis thing, but it kind of has that kind of consistency, like a cream cheesy, gooey kind of consistency to it. Pecan pie. Pecan pie is good. Yeah, any kind of pie. When I think of pie, I think of the South. Like, you don't think New York pie. You don't think Minnesota pie, and they make pie there. California pie. But I think of any kind of pie. My favorite kind of pie is strawberry rhubarb pie. And I saw some rhubarb at the store, so I'm thinking I might need to make that at some point. All right, let's see here. We're starting. So homemade pecan pie. Oh, we're already arguing over bones. And that was surprisingly, that barking was actually coming from Otis, and he's not my barker. But Rocky has kind of this, I don't know, 4-alarm bark. This is smelling good. Yeah. I forget, have we ever attempted to make gooey butter cake? Yes, we've made gooey butter cake multiple times, Kelsey. Next time you come, we'll make some gooey butter cake for you. If you're unaware of that, if you've never been to St. Louis, one of their specialties, one of the things that's considered a St. Louis food is a gooey butter cake. Okay. Now, if you take a look at this, you can see it's a little bit thicker now. It's not like just a liquid. I mean, it's still a liquid. You know what I mean, right? It's not as thin. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, I'm gonna take it off the heat. I'm gonna put a couple of teaspoons of vanilla in there so that we are making vanilla pudding that we're gonna put bananas into. And then we're gonna let it sit here and cool down for just a minute while I cut up the bananas and get the vanilla wafers out. And so this is what I'm actually going to be putting them in, and then we're going to stick them in the oven. Oh, I forgot to turn the oven on. I know. What's wrong with me? Okay. So once the oven heats up to 325 degrees, we're going to put these in the oven, and they'll be in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. Earlier today I tried to make this and put a meringue on the top of it because, you know, we separated the egg yolks from the egg whites. I didn't like the way the meringue turned out, which was probably operator error. So we're only just going to make the banana pudding here. And the way it goes is you go banana, pudding, vanilla wafers, banana, vanilla wafers. All right. So here we go. Here's some bananas. Woo! I probably don't need a super sharp knife to cut bananas. So we're gonna use this. All right. So I can go ahead and get the first layer of bananas down while I let that cool down and let the oven heat up. And always be careful if you're putting something that is hot into glass or crystal. You do want to cool it down a little bit, or you want to put maybe a spoon or something in there to take some of the heat so it doesn't crack. Because unfortunately, I cracked my mom's crystal dish this last Thanksgiving because the cranberry sauce was still too hot. So somebody said no Nilla wafers. Yes, Nilla wafers. Look right here, right here. Got it. Let's see here. Johnny cakes with cracklings in it. Ooh, that sounds good. So Aladdin's girl, you really know your Southern cooking. You've posted a lot of stuff on there. Let's see here. Pimento cheese is good, especially if you make your own pimento cheese as opposed to just buying it. I really like that. Oh, I'm going to keep a little thing over here. Remember, I said I was going to do that. Woohoo! Okay. Let's get that first layer down. And then we'll start putting that custard on the top of it. And since I was using these little dishes, I decided to get little mini Nilla wafers. All right, can you just have vanilla wafers? I mean, sure. You do you. So once we put these in the oven and let them cook, like I said, you can put a meringue on the top. You would want to put the meringue on before you put it in the oven so it gets those nice dark color on the top of it. And but if the other way I've had it is with just whipping cream on the top of it, which obviously you don't want to put that in the oven because it will just melt. All right. Put 4 of those over here. So, hello, Eris. Did I say that right? I don't know. You can correct me. I do not, I take feedback pretty good. All right, so now we'll put in that first layer in there. It already, you can smell this vanilla custardy smell in the air right now. Robbie already taste tested this for me earlier today. I'm sure he'll have some also later. Yeah, he says yes. He says yes. All right. All right. Oh, I made a mess. I know, shocking. Robbie's like, what? You made a mess? And look, these are so cute. Look at these little bitty, I've never seen the little mini Nilla wafers before. They're so cute. All right. And so I kind of want to make it pretty so you can see the Nilla wafers on the outside. So I'm going to kind of stick them this direction for this layer, along with a couple in the middle. Especially since I have so many of them. It's so strange to me when a recipe goes 45 Nilla wafers, because that's what that one says, but obviously I need more. This actually should make 8 servings, but I only have 6 of these that are clean right now on here. So would you guys, would it be helpful for you guys if I posted like recipes before or after the broadcast? Is that something that you guys would find helpful or would use? Do I make cobbler too? Yes, I do. I do make cobbler. As a matter of fact, that's one of my cobblers and crisps and things like that. I love them because they're really easy and you can put them together like before guests come. And as you serve dinner, you can stick it in the oven and then it's cooking while you're eating dinner. And then you have nice warm cobbler or crisp or what are some of the other names? They're all a little different, but they're all kind of similar. Does that make sense? Robbie just knows. I'm just going to say yes. I'm just going to say yes today. Just say yes. So you can't see him saying yes, but he is. Okay. So now, with that, we're going to put the layer this on. I love cooking new things, which is why a lot of times if you're watching this, I will be making something I've never made before, which is a little scary to make it in front of people because if I mess it up just for Robbie, he just says, yes, it's delicious, even if it's not. But what if it goes wrong while I'm doing this with you? I guess that just means I'm only human. There, and that one in there. Now we're going to add another layer of this. On there. Then we'll put those Nilla wafers on top and stick them in the oven. And what I love is, you could do this. I'm doing it in individual dishes, which I love because I have a lot of these little things. A lot of times when I have people over for dinner, I might make 2 or 3 different desserts and little different things, and that way you can have a couple of different flavors, and I can, make things specifically. Like I have several friends who are gluten-free, and so I'll make a couple of gluten-free desserts and maybe one that's not. Okay, so the oven is not quite ready. Oh, I gotta put the Nilla wafers on top. Don't let me forget to put the Nilla wafers on top. Okay, when I lived in West Tennessee, I loved going to the meat and 3 meal places and getting the cobbler is one of the options. Yum. Yum. Please share recipes. Okay, so here's one of the things I'm working on this weekend and this week is getting Twitter and Instagram for this show, and that's where I'll post the recipes so you guys can have those. And I'll try to post them beforehand, but sometimes I don't decide what I'm making until like right away. I'll get better. But I'll definitely post them afterwards. As best as I can, because sometimes I'm just kind of like, this looks good. Let's do this. All right. There we go. Banana pudding. Into the oven in a few minutes. It's still, so if you hear the buzzer and I'm still just sitting here chatting away like this, just say, hey Dana, your buzzer went off. All right. Let's put that over there. But you can't, so I think I started my thought and I didn't quite finish it. I'm putting these in little individual things like I either put them in ramekins or these little dishes that I have, these little footed dishes that I have here. But you can also put this just in a 8x8 or a 9x13 type thing and put it in the oven, and then everybody can just take as much as they want. All right, so put that away. And let's get started on some shrimp and grits. So I need to get a So first, I want to go ahead and get my shrimp. By the way, I've just bought these frozen shrimp. Most of the shrimp that you find behind the counter are frozen anyway. They're flash frozen like as soon as they catch them. These have the tail on. I haven't taken the tails off. It's actually kind of annoying to eat it when it's got the tails on, but it looks really pretty when you've got them that way. So all the shrimp needs to get them ready is some salt and cayenne pepper. So I'm gonna sprinkle these with some salt, and I'm gonna put some cayenne pepper on there. And Robbie likes a lot of heat, so that may be that. And then we'll toss that. And these, the ones I'm using, are 16 to 20. So if you're unfamiliar and don't cook with shrimp very often, and you see those numbers on it, what this means, if these are 16 to 20 count shrimp, means that it takes about 16 to 20 of them to make a pound. You'll see terms like giant, colossal, those aren't regulated at all. So it really depends on the recipe. One isn't better than the other. It just depends on what you're making. So if I were making a stir fry, I would probably use a little bit smaller shrimp, because usually you're working with bite-sized pieces, and the 16 by 20 is a little bit more than a bite-sized piece of shrimp. Okay, so what am I doing next? Starting the grits, right? That's what I'm doing next. Robbie's still looking over there. It's still at $2.95. It's been there for a while. All right. So this is, let me talk a little bit about shrimp and grits. It's a old recipe. Like, the first time they found it written in anything was in the Louisiana Review, which is about in the 1890s sometime. And the first time we see something alike shrimp and grits, it was shrimp and hominy, was in a 1930 cookbook. And the person who wrote that cookbook, she credited her 78-year-old African-American butler about it. So there's some people who think that this somehow has evolved from some dish that came from Africa back in the mid-1800s. It really took off in about the 1980s. There was a guy, and his name was Bill Neal, and he was in Charleston, South Carolina, and had a restaurant. He was a chef. And he was the first person, they're saying, they can really find that it was on the menu as a regular item on the menu. And it kind of evolved from there. So the style that I'm making today, because the style will vary a lot depending on where in the South you're getting it, or where they kind of grew up and learned how to make it. So this one is kind of a Charleston style, although a Charleston style has mushrooms in it usually. I'm not actually putting mushrooms in here because I don't have any. But this has like a sauce with peppers and things like it. I'm also putting andouille sausage in it, and I'm putting some cheddar cheese in my grits when they are done cooking. So let's see here. I want to double check with you guys, see what's going on. Do I ever get country hams? Now, I haven't really gotten a country ham, and do they need deveining? So these shrimp don't. They've already been deveined and shelled and everything, just for ease. But you can always get the kind, and you'll have to, devein, take the poop track out, take the legs off, all of that good stuff. And I did a little bit of reading on shrimp as well today. If your shrimp aren't fresh, like they came off the boat that day, you want to make sure you get shrimp that don't have the head on, because the head has some enzymes in it that break down the shrimp and make them mushy. So if it's more than 2 days off of the boat, you want to make sure that they don't have the head on them. Okay, so that's a little bit about that, but let's go to grits. And here are my grits. All right, I need a cup of grits. Ta-da. Okay, wait, but first, we'll put this in the oven. I do that every time. You would think I'd had this oven for 2 years. I would know which button to press to start the timer. All right, so we're gonna start with a cup of grits in here. I think I need to stir those in. Hang on. Yep, I do. I need 3 cups of water. It's always good to read your directions first before you just start doing stuff. also think I would know which burner to turn on. All right. So there we go. We'll put a little salt in here. That's how I measure. And then we're gonna let this start to boil, and then we'll start whisking the grits in. I know it's making noises over here. Alrighty, is that a giant bottle of vanilla extract? You mean this? Yes, this is a giant bottle of vanilla extract. So 16 ounces. So that's how you get it at Costco. It comes in a giant bottle like that. Oh, did we see the puppy? Was the puppy running around? What are the puppies doing over there? While we're watching water boil. Okay. If you're just joining us, thank you for being here. And today, hey, stay down. Today we are making shrimp and grits in a kind of more Charleston, South Carolina style. And we have banana pudding in the oven, because you missed that. We're also going to make, in a little bit, well, while I'm waiting for water to boil, we're also going to be making some non-alcoholic cocktail. So it'll be kind of like a mule, if you need that. So it's a blood orange mule, but non-alcoholic. You could certainly make it alcoholic if you wanted to. All right. That's got to be like $1 zillion. Oh, never mind, Costco. I don't think it was $1 zillion. So, and vanillas, like, I really like to get some vanillas from like Mexico. I just haven't lately. That's where I got my vanilla. Ooh, blood orange. I know the blood orange. I found a big bag of blood oranges at the grocery store today, so I thought I would try to make some sort of cocktail out of it. I thought that would be good. All right, we're waiting for this to boil. Are you thirsty? Do you want a cocktail? Yes?
Me? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. You have to give me like a thumbs up or something. Okay. We'll go ahead and do that while we're waiting for the water to boil. All right, I have already pre-juiced my blood oranges, and then I also juiced some limes to make this. I was really surprised because the recipe I found told me to shake all the ingredients, which includes ginger beer. So I've got some ginger beer here, and I thought that sounds not smart. I know you guys would probably enjoy it to see me shake a cocktail and open it up, but I think that that's more cleanup for me. If it was just making another dirty dish, that's for Robbie, I'd be okay with that. All right. So instead, I'm gonna actually stir the cocktail. And it's really simple. And the cool thing about this is if you don't want it to be a non-alcoholic one, you can always just add an ounce of vodka in it as well, and that would be really super yummy. So the first thing I'm going to do is the cocktail calls for 2 ounces of blood orange per cocktail. Since I'm making 2, I'll do 4 ounces. And this jigger was actually given to my parents in 1963 as a wedding gift. It's silver. It needs to be polished. All right. And to get that much, and we're just gonna pour the rest of that in there. To get that much blood orange, it took me about 4 oranges. So each cocktail takes about 2 blood oranges worth of juice. If you don't feel like measuring it. All right. We also want 8 ounces of ginger beer, which is what's in this little thing. I'm making it a little less caloric by using a light version of ginger beer. Robbie is dog wrangling back there, so that's fun. And then it's a ½ an ounce per drink of lime juice. So that's an ounce. Uh-oh. Rocky, get down. He just jumped on the bar stool, so he was about to join us up here on the counter. That's just not good news for any of us. Okay. Once I start whisking the grits in, I'll have Robbie go and show you what's up with the dogs. All right. I just happen to have frosted mugs. I do not have copper ones, but these have the Anheuser-Busch and Eagle on it because that's, if you were here the first time, we cooked with beer all the time because my dad worked at Anheuser-Busch. All right. So now I stirred all the ingredients together. And now my water's about to boil, so I need to get these poured quickly. Get down. And these are a little bigger than those copper ones. So it's going to look a little small. And then we're going to garnish it with some thyme that I cut out of my garden. I'm so excited that I have a garden. And then a blood orange slice. And there it goes. So now we have our non-alcoholic cocktail. That's pretty good.
That's very good.
I like it. All right. Time to start getting the grits in here. So, we're gonna, I would use the whisk, but let's see here. Blood orange drink. Herbs are lame nerd plants. I mean, he liked my steak. That had herbs out of my garden on it. So I don't know how nerdy. Maybe he's nerdy. You're nerdy, Cody. Oh, so this drink, so Kelsey, the drink was, it's basically a non-alcoholic blood orange mule. And you can add vodka into it. That would be perfectly fine to make it an alcoholic drink. But I thought rather than always making an alcoholic drink, some nights it's nice to have something to go to. You know, because I have some friends, believe it or not, I have some friends that don't drink. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? All right. So now I'm going to, now that I've whisked these in into the boiling water, now we're going to add some half and half. And we're going to add a lot of half and half in here. We're going to add 2 cups. I haven't even opened this. I just realized I bought that free half and half. Well, let's see how that goes. So 2 cups of half and half are going in here. You're welcome. I'm glad you have now permission. I said it to everybody else, not just to you. All right, so we're gonna whisk this in. Oops. And then we're gonna let this sit and cook. We're gonna get this in here and reduce it down to medium low. And I'm sorry that I have to look down at my recipes every once in a while. Dogs. brothers. They love each other. So I'm going to turn that down now to kind of medium low and let that go. And then we're going to start making the next step. So the first thing I've got to do is I need to kind of heat up and cook my andouille sausage, which I have right here. We're going to slice it up and then put it in this pan. And then we're going to cook some bacon, because this has bacon and andouille sausage in it. But this is a more complicated. Some of the recipes for gumbo aren't not gumbo. For shrimp and grits are not this complicated. Where's mine? Oh, there it is. Okay. So we'll get this sliced up. Let's see here. It just takes some practice to grow stuff. I have to read a lot because a lot of times I see that plants are not doing as well as I would like them to do. So Kelsey, you said OMG. Is it for the drink or the bacon or the andouille sausage, all of the above? Let's see here. How many of you guys have pets that drive you crazy? Or pets that don't drive you crazy? I mean, everybody knows Kelsey's dog is Grummy. Grummy used to actually mostly stay at my house a long time ago. Got along great with both of the dogs we had at the time. And then Kelsey dyed her dog purple. She dyed her dog purple. True story. And then the dog got out. Grummy got out. And when Grummy got out, I was searching the neighborhood and I was asking people, have you seen a purple dog? And they'd go, what do you mean by that? And I said, okay, you haven't seen the dog, because the dog was like electric purple. The puppy face in the camera, but also, oh, okay. Yes, you do have a wonderful puppy, and your bird is very interesting. But you know what? Mito's fun sometimes, right? Because Mito will dance or cuddle up next to pictures of birds, which I think is hilarious. So, oh, look at all the puppies that everybody's putting on there. But Purple Grummy was really funny. And she only did that because I told her she could not dye Otis and Fluffy Purple. He was Otis's sister. All right, so we're gonna put this in the pan. This is about 1 pound of andouille sausage. This is gonna make a lot of shrimp and grits, which I'm sure that Robbie is okay with, as he smiles some creepy smile. What was that? All right. Does anybody else have a psychopathic bird? She was UW purple, but the Bijans wouldn't have anything to do with Grummy after she was dyed purple. Like, you know what? Especially if I'm having guests over, I get everything cut and ready to go. So I'm going to start. This recipe calls for 1 yellow pepper, 1 red pepper, 1 green pepper. Yay, dogs! Woo-hoo. So we're going to get those chopped up. And I'm learning to put a bowl over here so you guys don't have to look at my backside all the time as I run over to the sink and the trash can. So, Mito's current obsession is a switch controller. Well, at least he's not making nests everywhere anymore. So that's good. He cuddles the switch controller for several hours a day. That sounds like your bird. Now, when I've made sausage a lot of times, so, you know, the peppers have slightly different flavors, but they also just, it's colorful and pretty to do different colors of them. Okay, this calls for everything to be chopped. And my knife really needs to get sharpened. All right, wait, I don't want to throw that away. This just had ice in it. Let's see. He might start making a nest for the controller. That would be funny. But I'm guessing you're supposed to stop that too. Stop the nest making on that. Hi all, can we dibs on this? Can we dibs on this food, huh? Yeah, if you're just getting here, we're making shrimp and grits. And my grits sauce is going to have andouille sausage and bacon and peppers and garlic and onion. So, yum. So now you're just going to get to watch me chop. He wants to play Pokemon Snap. That would be actually pretty entertaining if you could teach the bird how to play the video games. Almost chopped my finger. And then okay. So we've talked about the southern dishes that you liked. What are some things that you would like to see me cook sometime? Because this actually, one of my friends had said, make some shrimp and grits. So here I am doing it. And I like to try new foods. I like to challenge myself. If you were here last time, you may have heard me talking about, you know, Kelsey at one point had me make a different colored food. Like, so like if it was purple, I would have to make everything purple that we were eating that night. And she only got to see pictures of it. That's the really sad part. She never got to actually eat any of it. Oh. Bonus for the dogs. Nice got piece sausage. I think you're gonna, I cannot believe it. He's over there. Otis got to everything first. Usually that is not the case. See how much fun that is? All right. You have a bone. Where's your bone? I got you a bone from the butcher. I should probably just do this to all the peppers. Cody wants beef Wellington. Oh my goodness. I've never made that before. That's pretty complicated. So I'll have to practice that. All right. Now that's that one. This one we're going to turn down. Let me check and see if that looks done. So I, as Alton Brown would say, am evacuating the sausage from this. And I'm going to put some bacon in. I think it would okay if you want to get that out and just set it aside over here. Okay. All right, bacon. Whoops. Who likes bacon? Do you like it in a lot of food? Do you like just eating bacon? Do you have something interesting you like to do with it? I know Robbie likes to eat it.
Okay, good.
And I usually buy uncured bacon. So this is black pepper uncured bacon, but you don't have to use that. That's just what I had on hand. Okay. Now I'm going to finish chopping here. As my mess slowly starts to be created. I was trying to be cleaner today over here so you guys could see a little bit better than what's happened. Bacon is the best. So Robbie's mom is telling me I can practice beef Wellington with her. So avocado, cheese, and bacon on toast. Oh. And then you get like a fried egg, and then you poke the egg yolk, and it goes all over everything. I love that. All right, I'm going to... I'm supposed to stir this every once in a while, and I kind of forgot about it, even though it's like right next to me. And maybe the dog's all right. They're like, see, I'm here. Pay attention to me. All right. Yeah. And you want to keep stirring it, because if you don't, if you don't stir it every once in a while, it can get really lumpy. All right. Seeds are out, because nobody wants seeds. Let's put me in here. And I gotta watch the bacon and the grits. But if you're making this for a bunch of people, you can make the grits kind of ahead and just keep them warm. But I'm trying to do it at the same time with you guys. Bacon makes everything better. You know, can I tell you, I might have disagreed with that statement at one point, but there's a restaurant around here, and they have this cookie recipe. And the cookie recipe is bacon jalapeno chocolate chip cookies. And they are phenomenal. And sometimes they make cookie dough ice cream out of it, which is also ridiculously phenomenal and delicious. Think about it. It's spicy, it's got chocolate, it's got salty in it. Oh, so good. So good. All right. Good. And then I gotta chop an onion. Maybe by doing these streams, I'll get really, really fast like all those chefs on chopping things in the kitchen. Don't let me forget about the bacon or the grits. Because like I said last time, he is also my calendar and my to-do list keeper. And all right, I'll take you. We do want the bacon to get really crisp. And I usually cook bacon in the oven because it's easier to clean up. But this, we're going to be cooking in the bacon grease. So we kind of needed that. Now we're going to stir this. Now I'm going to chop. It's like an assembly line. Woo-hoo. So would you guys want to see, I see beef Wellington, and that sounds like, you know, something Cody would want to have. Is there anything else that you would like to see? Like I did this one because Sunday to me is like Sunday dinner, but it's also brunch, and this recipe can be good for either of those things. Like this is a great brunch recipe. Robbie, what do you want me to make? What are you hungry for?
Lasagna.
Lasagna? You could do lasagna. You guys like pasta? Do you want like the really decadent over the top lasagna, or do you like that one that's a little healthier that's got like mushrooms and stuff in it? Or are you just not picky, you're just like lasagna?
They're both really good.
Yeah.
Right now I'm thinking the not so healthy one.
The not so healthy one. Will you make the pasta?
Maybe. Maybe.
When we started doing some cooking classes, that was one of the things I was like, why don't you become the pasta master? This is getting, come on. Some of these pieces are a little more done than I would like them to be. Stir this. All right. Let's take this out. But also remember, a lot of that black is probably the pepper as well, since it's kind of that one's in it for longer. It's like an assembly line. So yeah, I do that too, Mama Llama. I do that. This wanted it cooked in the pan. So I thought about cooking the bacon ahead of time and doing that. And then I didn't. So here we are. But that is one way to do it. I actually have a little jar of, like, don't throw that bacon grease away, man. It's so good to cook with. So get a little jar, container, and whenever you make bacon, if you're not going to use that grease for something, hold on to it. Like Brussels sprouts cooked in bacon fat are amazing. There's just so much you can do with the bacon grease. It's not good for you, but it is good. All right. Almost done chopping peppers while trying to make sure that I don't, see, I left that in there a little too long. Okay. So I'm going to turn this off for a minute because I need to finish chopping everything. Let's see here. Just got in. So yes, we are making shrimp and grits. We have grits going right here. We have cooked some andouille sausage and some bacon. And I am chopping up the vegetables so that I can start cooking those and start getting the sauce and shrimp and all that good stuff done. And I'm gonna, I lose things all the time, don't I? Okay. So now I'm also putting a white onion. I'm chopping up a white onion to put in here, and then we're gonna put some garlic in there, and then we're gonna put that in the bacon grease and cook it. And I need to sharpen my, they're not very sharp right now. So I know some of you are new to cooking and some of you have been cooking a while. The easiest way to chop an onion is to leave that side on that's got the like hairy side of it, and peel all of this off. And then when I chop it, depending on how, like if I need to make a little chop on it, I'll slice down this way, or you can just go down the veins. For this, it doesn't need to be super small dicing. It just needs to be chopped. So we'll go down and kind of around, and then you just do this. And then you've got a nice chop on your onions, and it's fast. All right, so there's that. We'll stick that in there. in the movie Julia and Julie, the one where I'm trying to remember where what's her name, when she was in France, bought a bunch of onions and just practiced until she could chop them really fast. I thought of doing that with like, one thing I really want to learn how to do is like do the one-handed egg thing. And all that ends up happening is I get egg all over myself on the counter. So I do not do that well. Let's see here. Oh yeah, banana pudding. We've also got banana pudding that's already come out of the oven and is cooling down. And then we need Julia Child. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Wasn't that, I think I saw that in the movie. I wonder if that's a true story, because that would be awesome if that was a true story, that her husband came home and found her chopping like 100 onions in the kitchen. Like, you would just have to walk in that kitchen and your eyes would water, right? All right, this has to have, it says a teaspoon of garlic. I happen to like garlic, so I'm gonna do a couple of cloves of garlic on here. And the way I found, if you again don't cook a lot, to get that skin off the garlic is really hard. Just stick that knife on there and smash it, and then it's really easy to get the skin off. Okay, let's see here. Julia Child's pancit is delicious. Child's, yes, lots of scrambled eggs on that. All right, stir the grits. Keep those going. They're about, I feel like they're almost done. I need like a little thing of spoons right here so I can taste things. Robbie thought that was really hot. He'd be right, but don't tell him. It was really hot, but don't tell him he's right.
Well, at least I finally have it on video that I was right for once.
So mince that garlic up. This is a really bad mincing job here, but it's okay. It's just me and Robbie actually eating it, so. I promise if you're at my house, I will mince the garlic prettier. Somebody's still full from lunch. What'd you have for lunch? That you're still hungry. I mean, not hungry anymore. Why are my words coming out backwards today? It's probably because I didn't sleep very well last night. All right. Finally done chopping. So now I'm going to turn the heat back up on this and get these into that bacon and get them sauteed down. Get all of that out of there. All right, so we'll let that cook. And what? It's tricky to cook and read and reply to chat. It is a little tricky sometimes, but I know I'll get better as we go along. And I do appreciate it when you guys are saying stuff in there, because the more you do that, then the better I think that I'll get at it as we go on. And it'll make me pay attention to it more. So, yeah, chat away. All right, I'm gonna just chop these real quick because I want these for putting on top of the shrimp and grits when they're done. Put that in the right bowl. And then maybe one time I'll be really so good like those chefs who I just want to go, because they're like, I'm chopping and I'm talking to you and I'm chopping, and I'm like, I would totally take my finger off if I did that. I don't know about you, but I definitely would. All right, so I'll put those over there for now. And while this is cooking, see, look. Oh yeah, we should turn the oven off. So there's the, which is still really hot. This is a bad idea. But there we go, that's our banana pudding. All right. I came over here for a reason. I get distracted. Okay. I'm gonna finish up the grits now. It needs cheese and butter in it, I believe. And getting tender. Sorry that I'm looking at the recipe here. Okay, it says just before serving, I'm supposed to put the cheddar cheese into the grits. So we'll wait with that, but we'll pull this off the heat. All right, my next thing while that is cooking. All right, we have to wait for this, and then we're gonna put in the sausage and the shrimp in here. So we'll let those go for, I don't know, like 7, 8, 9 minutes. And you can see, look at this lovely bacon grease that's in there, adding all that flavor. I'm gonna put a little salt in there too. I don't want to put too much salt since we're going to be putting bacon and the sausage and stuff in there. And while that's happening, I'm going to chop this up and get it ready as well. And there may be a piece here and there that I don't want because it did overcook.
And I know 2 puppies that might take it.
Yeah, I don't think it's good for them.
Oh.
So, and they have bones. They have bones from the butcher. Who buys their dog's bones from the butcher? I know, me. They should be thankful. But now they're both down here at my feet. You want to show them the dogs? Because I know people like the dogs. Oh, let's see here. Hey, somebody went to Red Robin for their free burger. You haven't done that in a couple of years, have you?
We have not.
I know that's one of your favorite things. Well, one of the things you enjoy. I don't know if it's a favorite thing. To that. All right. You guys like to see more cocktails being made? I know we made margaritas last time. And I made myself a German Manhattan when we did rouladins. But Robbie doesn't really like bourbon, brandy, whiskey, anything that's like brown in color. So, puppies are great unless they're velociraptors. So let's see. In the past week, Rocky has broken a lamp. He's chewed through 2 cords. He brought down my giant, heavy wooden door that had a mirror on it. What else? Chewed a book. Chewed a pillow. Pooped in the house numerous times because of the rain. What else? Can you think of anything else?
That's probably enough.
That's enough. I think there's more. It's exhausting. So. We're getting close. We're getting close to dinner. Because it is already 6 o'clock. All right. Put this away. I think. I don't think I need it anymore. I could be wrong. Get down. Can you guys see him? Do you see him? He smells the bacon. All right. And put that in, and we're also going to put the shrimp in here now. And then it's going to make us take it out. Watch out. So let me read this really quick to make sure I don't do this wrong, because I will think I know what I'm doing and then I will do it wrong. All right. 8, mix on, turn off the heat and set aside. Yep, okay. So I'm gonna stick those in there. They're gonna start cooking. And if you're just joining us or weren't here when I put the shrimp, I put salt and cayenne pepper on them. And quite a bit of cayenne pepper because Robbie really likes spicy food. Okay, so we're gonna turn that off. And now I'm gonna start to make the sauce that goes with this. Oh gosh, just gotta lift up all that cayenne pepper. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is make a roux for the sauce. And it is 4 tablespoons of butter and about 1/4 of a cup of flour, I believe. So we're gonna melt the butter first. I think this told me to do it in a small saucepan, but here I am. And the thing about when you're making a roux is you want to be careful. It's to cook the flour taste out of the flour, but you want to make sure that you don't overcook it, because it'll go from being cooked and really good to being overcooked and yucky very, very quickly. Was I supposed to put the bacon in there? Okay. We're going to... I have many different recipes. This is the first time I've made it exactly like this. And that's because I wanted to use a old Charleston style recipe of shrimp and grits, because I actually like it when there's more vegetables and it's got a heartier sauce than just the shrimp on top of the grits with a little bit. Is he getting into trouble back there? Now he's taking face masks off of tables. That's, you know, Robbie is part-time dog. You finished your mocktail? Mm-hmm. Are you eyeing mine? Okay, so now it's all melted. I'm going to start to stir in this flour and make sure it's really smooth. And I wouldn't usually use a whisk for this. I need to get a second whisk, I think, because my whisk is in the grits. See how it's getting all foamy? Like that. We're going to just do this for a couple minutes. Usually cook them for that long. Let's see. Somebody is hungry. Hi, Venom Rex. So here we go. I need chicken broth. How much? I need a cup. Okay. Can you pour me a cup of chicken broth over here? Look at that. Look at that beautiful roux there. Just want to make sure all of that kind of flour, that raw flour taste is. Remember I was talking about like eating tortillas, and when you don't heat up the flour tortillas, you just kind of get that raw taste, and same with corn. So this is just a
1 cup.
1 cup. All right. So this recipe says, and I think this is a little weird. Normally I would maybe, this says to put this right over the sausage, shrimp, and vegetables, and then add the chicken broth and other stuff. So we'll go with it. We'll see how it goes. I would have probably put the broth in the roux, but we'll put that there. Get all of that in there. That'll help make a nice rich sauce. Now we're going to stick this over medium heat and put the chicken broth in. Get that stirred in there. Doesn't look like anything yet, but it will. It will. And then we're going to put some Worcestershire sauce in that. And it'll give that nice umami flavor to the sauce. All right, now we just need the chicken. Why do I keep calling it chicken? We need the shrimp to cook. It's like my brain is not firing on all cylinders today. Some of you who've known me longer may say, Dana, it's just the way you are. I think usually I'm pretty good at talking. If I'm not good at talking, I have a lot of quantity of talking on that. All right, let's see here. So, hey, thank you, Rex Rocket. It is gonna, I mean, I'm psyched. All right, so this is gonna go for about 8 minutes. While that's going, what I'm gonna do, while this is still warm, is put the cheddar cheese in there. And I don't normally buy shredded cheddar cheese. I like to shred it myself, but today is one of those days where I knew I would be running out of time. So we want about a cup in there. That's good. There's cheese on the floor. Who's gonna clean that up for me? You gonna clean the cheese? Okay. And then we'll get that stirred in there and let that start melting. You get the shrimp nestled down in here. That smells so good. I wish you guys had taste-o-vision and smell-o-vision so that you could smell how delicious this is going to be. And then taste it. Because this is a lot more shrimp and grits than you and I can eat tonight, I think. Or are you really, really hungry?
We'll find out.
Are you accepting my challenge?
It looks like a lot.
It looks. I know how much you usually eat. Okay. And I need to stop playing with this and just let it cook. Okay. So we're gonna let that cook. That's done. We're gonna throw this bacon in here too. Bacon. Oh, that's a really big piece. Hey, you want that? Look at Robbie over there. He's like, did you just give bacon to Otis and not me? You want to show him? Like, he's looking over his shoulder like, you just give bacon to somebody else. Hey, Matt. Good boy. He loves agility classes. He's really good at them. Not perfect, but he enjoys running around. He gets distracted easy. But when he's focused, he's really good. All right, come on, finish cooking. Are you guys hungry? Because neither of you ate your dinner, or you ate each other's dinners. Come here, sit. Good boy. Oh, you did not wait. Okay. Wait. Oh, bacon's too tempting, apparently. All right, our shrimp are almost done. Let me get some of these down in there that are still a little underdone so that I can make a plate and you guys can watch me and Robbie eat it. Is that cruel? Is that mean? I mean,
Someone has to eat it.
somebody has to eat it. Somebody has to taste it and tell you that it tastes good, right? Taste-o-vision would be awesome. I agree. So, mom jokes. Are mom jokes the same as dad jokes, or how are they different? Are they better? Are they worse? Do we just shake our head like we do and just go, yeah, she thinks she's funny? Still a couple more shrimp. I can see. Hey, the kitchen's not quite as bad as it normally is. After I cook. All right, I'm just gonna heat these up a little bit. Whew, it is hot. There. Look at that, look, can you see the cheese in there? See how creamy they are? That's just the best. And like I said, I did not like grits growing up because I didn't know they could taste like this. I didn't know they could be cheesy and creamy and, you know, because I had gritty grits at my friend's house that just had butter and salt on them. And I'm not putting that down. If you like it, that's fine. But they just weren't good. I don't think all of you foodie people would find that really good. They were just cooked in water. Okay. I think we're about ready. I'm going to squeeze a little lemon juice on here so we have a little acid in there. We'll decide if it needs more than that. Now I need to go get another spoon. Because you know, all these other nights I've been cooking, I haven't been tasting as I go. Oh, so good. Okay. That's just crazy. Okay. Now we're gonna plate. I'm gonna get some of this stuff out of the way. Is this? Oh, that one still has stuff. Okay. Put that back in there. Get this out of the way. Who's ready? Who's hungry? Who is ready for shrimp and grits? Look at this mess. Are you redecorating over there, Robbie? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And this is clearly not a healthy version of this. When we're trying to watch a little bit about what we eat, we maybe use a little less cheese in the grits. And then when we're making up the sauce, I use like Canadian bacon. It doesn't have the same punch as bacon, and I always add a little andouille sausage in there and then the shrimps and make a sauce out of that. But it is good. Okay. I need a couple spoons here. I'm gonna look at this real quick and see if there's something. So Hi, Elser. Thank you for saying it looks amazing, and I hope you get something good to eat tonight. And then let me get this started. Okay, I'm gonna get some grits in here, right in the middle of the plate. This is yours, so I'll put a lot in there. And then we want to get and some of that sauce over the top of it. All right, do you need a fork? I guess we need a couple of forks then. And here we go. Come here. Come taste. He thought he was never going to get in front of the camera. I was like, You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All those vegetables. It is very hot.
Yeah, it is. It's delicious.
But it's hot.
Just a little warm. Yeah.
That is really good. And then these are out, the banana pudding's out of the oven. It's actually pretty good warm, but you can also stick it in the refrigerator and have cold banana pudding. So that'll be dessert for a little bit later on. All right. Do you guys have any questions or anything about tonight, life, aliens, dogs?
Alien dogs.
Alien dogs. Look, he took it. He's not even going to share it with me. I'm going to have to make my own plate. No.
I needed another bite.
You go right ahead. It's fine. It's fine. It's good. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. I really enjoy having you. I will take requests. Like I said, I'm going to get up the social media, get that going in the next day or two, and that way if you have any suggestions or want me to see me try to make something, you can put them on the social media or come back and chat about it for me. I think this Thursday, we'll be back on Thursday at 5 p.m. And if I can get, we can't do it on we can't make pasta, will have to be on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's just too much time.
Yeah. So, because Robbie gets here just about a half hour before the broadcast, and the pasta takes a little bit longer to make. So we'll do that maybe on Sunday next week. I think I might be doing some chicken marsala and on Thursday, because it's really good, and it's another one of those dishes that I didn't know I liked until I got older, and then now I am obsessed. It's easy to make. And it's very, very flavorful. So join me on Thursday at 5. And thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you all. Take care.
Thanks, guys.